Hello everyone! Due to popular demand, we're going to talk about alignment today and how it is used in both role-playing and writing. When to use it, when not to use it, and what is it good for. Let's jump right in. Now, I want to be clear first of all. As a writer, putting a character into any sort of peg is a mistake. Your characters should always be complicated and well developed. They should feel like real people. Real people say one thing and then do another. They have bad days, good days, they learn from their mistakes, and grow to become someone better than they were before. So too should your characters. Your character is a unique individual. No one like them has ever existed before, and attempting to categorize them in such a simple way is a disservice to your skills as a writer. That being said, let's look at alignment. Alignment is used in many tabletop games, most notably D&D, as a tool to help you roleplay as your character. When confronted with a new situation, you may not know how your character would handle it. Not all D&D players are writers, and sometimes struggle to know their characters. Alignment is a shortcut method to think, well, I may not know what my character would do in this situation, but since I'm chaotic neutral, I know how they would handle this, so I'll just do that. Alignment is a chart that graphs morality and ethics. In other words, law versus chaos and good versus evil. Alignment is useful in writing because it can give you direction to an otherwise underdeveloped character. Similar to role-playing, it can also help the author decide how their character may handle a situation based on their alignment. The best way to assign alignment to a character is personality before alignment. Develop your character and decide what alignment makes the most sense for them, rather than choosing an alignment first and building a character around that. Doing the latter will create a very flat character who quickly becomes boring. Your character should belong on a spectrum, moving between alignments. You know you've made a good character when fans argue about what alignment they fall into. If they have arguments for both sides, that typically means you made a real and complex character. You can also have characters start the story as one alignment and transition to another as their experiences change their views and personality, for better or for worse. Let's break down the actual alignments and look at each of them individually. We're going to start with the easiest, good versus evil, the middle of the chart. Good represents selflessness, care for others, society, the innocent. Natural good characters are good for goodness sake. Evil is the opposite, carelessness, maliciousness, violence. The differences between them is summed up nicely if you think of them more like this.
The Sith rely on their passion for their strength. They think inwards, only about themselves. The Jedi are selfless. They only care about others.
Neutral represents the truest versions of these characters. Uncomplicated, simple, good, and evil. After that, we have the law versus chaos. Let's look again at the neutrals. Law basically means order and rules as defined by yourself or society. A warrior who fights by a code of honor or an assassin who follows their orders no matter what are lawful characters. Those who uphold rules above all else despite how it makes them feel.
But you know the pity is when I'm paid. I always follow my job through. You know that. No! Angeline!
Then we have chaos, the opposite of order. These are your rebels, your pirates, no concern with the laws or rules of others, and maybe their only rule is they have no rules. They want anarchy, unrest, collapse of the system, or maybe just freedom. When we start looking into some combinations of these, things start to get interesting. We can have lawful good, someone who believes these rules exist for a reason, a good reason, and we must defend them. This can include religious characters who think their doctrine is the right way and it must be followed in order to live a good life. Chaotic good, someone who thinks laws are in the way of society. Rules prevent them from doing what's right. Vigilantes who stop the bad guy but break laws in order to get there are chaotic good. Steal from the rich, give it to the poor kind of mindset. Lawful evil is the antagonist that's just following orders, or maybe they're the one trying to rebuild society into their new world order. Chaotic evil is the anarchist, the pure hate that follows no rhyme or reason. They have no interests except the destruction of society. It is important to understand alignment because it can really help with character decisions down the line. And as you learn more about it, you can decide the best ways to develop characters around their assigned alignment. What's most important is when to use it and when not to. Don't rely on it too much or use it as a crutch. Use it as an exercise to understand character decisions in your work or in others. Use it to show development as they transition from one viewpoint to another. But above all else, make sure your characters are complex. Build them so that people are kept guessing about their alignment and their personality. Show that they are more than just a peg in a hole, and under certain circumstances they will throw aside their alignment when pushed past their breaking point. Or they learn how misguided they were to begin with. Thanks for requesting this video, and check out my last episode on D&D character sheets to learn when this is most applicable. See you next time, and remember, writing belongs to everyone.